here in the West Coast League fan cave here with legendary West Coast League head coach Ed Nash, the Wenatchee Applesox, 4-time coach of the year in the league. Great to see you, Ed.
Thanks. Great to be here, man.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's always good to see Ed and long history with the Applesox. I think maybe 4 or 5 championships during your tenure. Some good baseball, some great players came through. Just wanted to get your perspective now out of the league, kind of how you see summer baseball, the West Coast League, and maybe just touch on a couple of your most fondest experiences.
Yeah, I mean, so many great experiences in the league, and one of them certainly all the times we had to run up against you guys, whether it was normally in the league or with playoffs. I think the biggest plus in coaching is just being around the players that would kind of pass through your life for 2.5 months, and I was fortunate enough to do it for 14 years, and that was just amazing. All those players that passed through, and so those are probably the greatest experiences. A lot of great coaches I've got to be with. It's been fun. Certainly the league, it was neat to see the league from its infancy, because we were originally with the Pacific International League, as we were called, and it was all your work getting the West Coast League going, and we were called the West Coast Collegiate Baseball League, I think, to start off. But certainly the evolution of the league has been neat to see. There's not a lot of better leagues out there. I mean, everyone wants to compare, but certainly it is a great experience for guys who come and play in this league with all the great franchises, whatever team they're with, and the cities they get to go to, the ballparks they get to play in. And there is not better weather for anyone to play in the summer than there is in the Northwest. No doubt. And other places, but the weather here is the best.
Scenery's gorgeous.
Certainly our ownership is just great to work for. I mean, to be able to work with them for 14 years, it has to be a great relationship there. And Jim Corcoran, Ken Osborne do an awesome job, and they make it really easy for a guy to coach. They kind of let me coach. And,
sure.
They weren't in the dugout or asking what I was doing and things like that. So that was nice as a coach. But our fan base was awesome, very loyal, and a lot of you guys enjoyed coming, certainly, and
loved the visits to
and being in a small town, and even still, where I go somewhere, they'll refer to me as coach, or man, we miss you there, or how are you doing, or the Applesox are a big deal, and it makes it fun again for the players, and certainly the host families that come out to want to have a player for the summer. And that was certainly a big piece of the puzzle, I thought, having a good living situation for players for the summer. Sure. That whole experience, and that was an important piece, I thought, and we were really fortunate to have.
Super excited to have Kyle Crustangel here in the West Coast League Fan Cave. Kyle won an NWAC championship with Yakima Valley. Just finished up a presentation here at the Northwest Baseball Convention, and this summer is going to be the skipper of the storied Wenatchee Applesox. Super excited to have you, Kyle. Thank you for coming out. Tell us a little bit about your experience last year winning the championship in Yakima, and then maybe share with everybody just your anticipation for this summer in Wenatchee.
Yeah, it was an incredible experience. You think about first year and how many different ways it can go, especially now that you're in college and wins and losses start to matter, where in high school it kind of didn't. And to come out and win the whole deal, a lot of credit to those players. Marcus McKinney had a great group of sophomores in there that instilled playing the game hard and playing the game right. They were able to bring in a pretty good freshman class, and credit to the guys. They just bought in. I mean, Marcus won a lot of games, and again, 2 different styles. And to have those guys fully turn the page and buy in, that was kind of a tough thing, was how's year one going to go? Are those sophomores going to fully be bought in? And sure enough, they did. And what a fun group. 15 guys signed letter of intent on the next year's. Changed kind of my life. I got married last year, win the NWACs. Everyone's like, what's year 2 going to look like? And it's, I don't know, how it's going to get any better.
Hey, you're going to be with the Applesox.
Hey, you're going to be with the Applesox. That's exactly right. And, then to all of a sudden have kind of a dream summer job fall into place. I was fortunate to play in the West Coast League for the Riverhawks.
Nice.
As a Division III player, a CC player, it was the time of my life. I felt like I was in the bigs, all of a sudden playing in front of mascots and crowds. I remember in Moses Lake, Game 1. couldn't be at first base because the mascots run around the bases. And for the E3 kid, that's incredible. So 10 years later to be the head coach of Wenatchee Applesox, it fires me up, and I just can't wait to get out there. I thought we assembled a very, very good team that I'm thrilled about, and really just can't wait to get to the YVC season, be in the NWACs. Hopefully it's a one-day turnaround because that meant the season was good for us. But then to get to Wenatchee, my wife lives there, from there. It just couldn't be in a better town and better opportunity for me at the age of 29. I'm, like I said, fired to be back as a coach in the WCL because my experience was so blessed as a player in the WCL.
No, that's all exciting, Kyle. And it's cool, you're in 2 West Coast League markets, in the Yakima community, very supportive of the Pippins, and now with Wenatchee. I mean, you're really connected with a big part of our league in that respect.
Yeah, no, it's Marcus and I have had a good relationship, and obviously I've gone to a lot of Pippin games in the last year because of where my family and wife's from. I've been to a lot of Applesox games. Coach Brady, who's over on the west side of the mountains, been really good friends with him, and Donahue in the NWAC is also WCL coach.
Yep.
Coach Marbit, worked with him setting guys WSU at his time there. So really feel well connected, and really it's been all arms opening from the Wenatchee Applesox to the entire league. But it's nice to have familiar faces, not just entering into a league where everyone's an unknown, but it's nice to have known people for 5, 10, 15 years and really worked with us.
And Kyle, did you grow up in Spokane?
Yeah, so I was born and raised at the Ferris High School, South Hill.
Okay.
Born and raised in Spokane.
Speak a little to the appeal of, say, the West Coast League in terms of just the region, the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Premier League. I guess the appeal, the best players from around the country are sending guys there. As a CC coach, my best player or two still maybe isn't even going to play in that league because of kind of the reputation it has and because of how quality the league is from, the type of talent it is, guys getting drafted, guys in the bigs, the crowd. I mean, it's a player's dream to be in the West Coast League, and how fortunate enough to be, in the state where I grew up and where we all live, and to be right here in our backyard. It's been awesome to see this thing grow. There's much more teams now than when I played. The attendance is better. It's really taken off in 10 years. I feel like when I was there, it was just kind of the starting footsteps of the league, and now to see this thing fully grown in is it's pretty incredible to see.
That's exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing you this summer down in Corvallis, and also coming in visiting at the West Coast League All-Star Game in Yakima, and then hopefully getting to Wenatchee, Paul Thomas Senior Field, and just such great history with the Applesox. It's great to have you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.